All right, yesterday's video was a recap of Wednesday night's live stream. And when we were taking a look at that, we were watching this daily, and we just said basically if we close below this value area high, it's likely that we're going to get this move down here. And I had said, as I had watched price bounce off of the daily and the previous month value area high here at 22.5K, I zoomed in and I had been watching, and I had thought to myself, okay, I like that this is rounding out. We're still rejecting from here, right? We can see that this area right here, there's selling interest every single time that we get up here, right? But there's also buying interest every single time we get down here. So, you know, ultimately we're stuck in a range, right? And we will continue to be stuck in a range until one of two things happens, right? Either we break out to the upside or to the downside. Ultimately, however, what I liked is that we were rounding out here. It's essentially this sort of formation that I really like, where we go down, we come up, we go like sideways, and then we come back down, and then create bullish market structure, right? And it's similar to this. We had a member in the Discord, the Monty, pull this up here. It's an old technical analysis that I had done. This was back on July 26 at the 20.8K bottom. I had said I wanted lower, but I saw this formation, which was a bullish market setup, right? We had our early longers here, we wrecked them, we had our failed auction, which trapped shorts. We came back up, we held the 618, and then had bullish market structure form, right? And he had said that he's seeing something similar here, and I would actually have to agree, especially now with this. This is our failed auction that trapped the shorts, right? So again, we have our move down, we come back up, we go sideways, we come down, fail auction, trap our shorts, and now what's happening, right? We put in a higher low here, and now all that needs to happen is this, where we come back up, we put in a new high, we claim the daily as support, and then we can have continuation, right? On the other hand, if we reject here, we can just continue to range. It's that simple, right? And if this area were lost, again, you know, I had said exactly yesterday what I'm going to be looking for at the bottom, and that was going to be, you know, I was going to be looking at, let's see here, these two levels for some degree of a bounce. And I had said that I don't have a lot of confidence in this level. I think that we could get a good scalp long on it, but I'm not going to blindly long this. I would look for some sort of a bullish market setup, and I especially like this one. I'm much more confident in this level for a long, and it also lines up with our harmonic pattern, right? So, you know, in time, we'll have to continue to watch the market and see what it has to offer. But I will say that this setup right now, it looks good and it has potential. The key here is to take out this high, right? If we have this bullish market structure change where we do get the close above the daily, especially on a daily candlestick, if we can get that close above here, we can call all this, you know, some degree of a failed auction, right? And get the move back up. But the key here is to take out this high. If this high is not taken out, what that means is that this harmonic is still then valid, right? This harmonic where we said that, you know, C can be anywhere inside of this range, right? Either at this 21 level or at this 19.9K level, right? Either one would be valid for the C here, and this harmonic is valid so as long as this high stands. The moment that price comes up and takes out this high, this harmonic is no longer valid and we can reevaluate the charts, right? The idea is that we have to just take every single day, day by day, to get a look at what's going to happen next, right? It's kind of like down here at this 20.8K level. I was looking for slightly lower, but we saw the bullish setup, we saw the long setup, and we took the trade. And again here, I'm personally waiting for lower. However, on an hourly time frame, we can start to see some degree of a bullish market setup, right? Just like this. Where we come down, we go sideways, take out the lows with a failed auction, trap some shorts, come up, and here we are getting a bullish market structure change. If price continues to pump up like this, and claim this daily as support, then there's no reason to believe, right? Because look at this. This entire time, massive selling pressure here, right? And buying pressure here. Like I said, one of them has to break, either to the upside or to the downside. And right now we can see that the bears took their shot at the downside, giving us this failed auction, trapping the shorts, trapping the bears here, for then now a possible market structure change to the upside. What has to happen? We have to take out this high, claim this daily as support, and then we can look higher. But the overall plan, again, we have to take this high out. And if we do not take that out, so as long as this high stands, that harmonic is still valid, and we can still consider the possibility of coming down here or here before we reach new highs, right? So let's take a look at ES1. I haven't taken a look at this in a while here. And how about that? For those of you who have been watching and following up on my videos, what have I been saying? That the moment we reach this key weekly level, I expect it to be resistance. And look at this. It is very much resistance, right? So we'll have to see what happens here. We put in this weekly level here. It was support, support lost, flipped to resistance right here. Got our move down to the bottom of the channel and the 1-to-1 extension off of our harmonic right here. And now, like I had said about a week ago, we were coming up to here. I said it's likely that we'll follow the channel and we'll break down unless this daily level holds a support. If this daily holds a support, then we can look for a breakout of the channel. And look at this, to the dollar, we got that bounce, and now we're getting this move up, right? And then I had said, once we get to this key weekly level, I expect it to act as resistance. I'm not going to blindly long this area, even though we have this great breakout. What I would look for is some degree of market structure change. If we can come above it, claim it as support, and hold that support, then it's possible that we go higher. But until then, it's going to be resistance, just like as we see here, right? We can even go down on a lower time frame. Let's take a look. Yeah, look at that. Resistance and resistance all along here, right? So time will tell. The week is closing. I think that, getting a weekly close this high is a pretty big deal. I'm trying to get rid of some of these here so we can see the chart a little bit more clearly. Let's look at that weekly close. Yeah, so this could be an evening star, which could signal some degree of a small reversal. So we'll just have to wait and see how that looks. We still have about 7 hours, so we'll see how this weekly does on the close here. If we can close above this weekly key level, that would be massive, massive, massive close. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens here. Let's take a look at DXY. So this is our weekly time frame. We had this massive pull here, and I had talked about how last time that I was going over DXY, I talked about how this 618 and the 66 were such a massive resistance. I mean, these are weekly candles, so this took, almost 6 years. Yeah, 7 years to actually break through this level, right? 7 years to do that. So there's no reason to think that, we're just going to simply break through without, having maybe some degree of consolidation above this level to really show that it is support, right? Before then getting some degree of continuation. I also said that this yearly level here, this 116 yearly level, to me is a massive, massive, massive resistance. And you can see here, you know, that's ultimately where we were putting in our high here. So when we do get that eventual move up to this level, we would end up having to take out this high, and ultimately we have a small range here, right? So we would expect that when we get to this area that we could put in some degree of a small range and see if we can break through it. I am not expecting any degree of a breakthrough, especially on the very first try. I do think that we'll put in some degree of a range just like we did up here to really see what that yearly level is all about. But in the meantime, you know, this key level here, we can see the high put in right here. We are essentially in this range again, right? Between about 103 and 110, let's say. You can see that we've ultimately entered that range again, 103 and 110. And we've yet to break the high of the last time we were in this range. And like I said, I would just expect some degree of, you know, continuing to claim the 618 fib here and this 66 fib and have some degree of a range before eventually, you know, breaking up or down. I would expect it to break up. I do not think that DXY is done here. But, you know, again, we'll just have to take it day by day and see what the market signals for us. But we are on the warpath. I mean, this is a very, very strong move up. We broke through, like I said, a 7-year resistance. So yeah, I would expect some consolidation, and then, you know, of course, our eventual breakup and watching this yearly here.